Hey guys, it's Diana. I'm going to show you a really quick, easy home decor item for the fall, and you are going to love it. So let's get started. You only need what's shown on the mat here, and that's just a bone folder or something to, like you could use a butter knife, the back of a butter knife or something like that. I've got some tear and tape, that's just my favorite. Some liquid glue. You've got, well, there was two, sorry, there you go, 2 pieces. So you'll need 4 in all. I like mine to be multicolored, but you can certainly do all of it in one color if you'd like. I'll show you at the end. And then I've got a little scrap of green for my leaves and a little scrap of brown for the top of my pumpkin, and just some scissors here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. It's really, really easy. Let me just show you. Let me move this stuff out of the way here. We're just going to use, these are 12 by 12 strips, and they're just 1 inch. And this is the amazing gold foil paper that we have right now. And then this is just some designer series paper from our Eclectic paper pack. So I'm just going to use my tear and tape. I like to use tear and tape for this project just because it's easy to use. And I'm going to start with my gold, and I'm just going to put a little bit of tear and tape right here at the end, and we're just going to make a couple of loops. Now this works easiest for me this way, but I will tell you, and all you're going to do is overlap it about 1/2 inch and then stick it down, so you've made a loop. Now you could go ahead and make all 4 loops if you wanted to, and then just piece them together. But I find it's easier for me if I go ahead and build my pumpkin as I go. So I'm going to put another little piece of tear and tape right here on this other gold strip. And I'm going to line it up right with that seam that I just made. And I'm going to go about halfway. And I'm going to stick it down. And then I'm going to get my tear and tape. Whoops. And stick it down. I love fall decor items, and these are so easy to make. You could probably buy these at Hobby Lobby for $10, but you can make one for just pennies. So I'm just going to put another little piece of tear and tape, and I'm just going to loop this around and line it up here with that piece and overlap it just slightly. So there is the beginning of our pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to do the same. Now you can use any colors. So I didn't happen to have any orange DSP, so I was kind of bummed, but I think the gold makes it really pretty. And also I think this way you could decorate it, you leave it out longer than just the fall. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do another DSP, and I'm going to switch to this blue. The only thing I don't like about the gold is it's only one-sided, whereas our regular designer series paper is double-sided. So, but it's not a big deal. You don't really see it. So I put a little bit of tear and tape on here, and I'm just going to go here because we're going to want this to go sideways, and I'm just going to kind of line it up with those 2 points in the middle. We're going to get another little bit of tear and tape. See how easy this is? It comes together really, really quickly. And just loop this around. So depending on which color you want on the top, you would start with your inside colors first. So if, as you can see, the blue, whoa, it's rolling away. So as you can see, the blue is going to be on the outside color. I should have did it opposite than my sample, but okay, another little piece of tear and tape. And just going to peel that off, and we're just going to start the same way. We're going to go down here because we want one on the side. Just going to put it right there in about the middle. It's not an exact science, and it's really rolly. And then one more little piece of tear and tape, and our pumpkin will be done. So I just put it right here because it's going to overlap slightly. You can use your take-a-pick tool to peel off that if it's hard for you. I'm going to, whoops, pull this around. I'm going to double it over like that. And we have our little pumpkin. How easy was that? Isn't it cool? Isn't that fun? Well, let me show you how. So see, you can kind of see the inside. The gold is white, and you can see where the other, but it's flowered, but it's okay. but let me show you how to make a stem and some leaves, okay? So we're going to start with just a strip. I have like a 1/2 inch strip of garden green. I'm going to move it up here, and I'm going to take my bone folder or whatever you have that's not a sharp edge, like the back of a butter knife, and I'm just going to break down the fibers on our cardstock. So, whoops, let me move this out of the way a little bit. So I'm just going to pull, I put my thumb and the bone folder on the other side, and I just pull it like kind of like you're curling ribbon, okay? So you can see it kind of curls a little bit, but then turn it over the other way and curl it the opposite way too. And you'll kind of feel the fibers breaking under your thumb, okay? And then you want to do the other side because you don't want that little end part to not get done, okay? And as you can see, hopefully you can see, as you do that, the paper, see it kind of starts to separate. So then when you pull it apart, it gives this really cool texture, kind of like suede. So if you wanted to do a really neat background without any additional supplies, just go ahead and do this with your cardstock, and it gives a really cool texture, kind of like suede. Well, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just curl this around a little bit because I want our little leaves to be kind of curly. Okay, and you make our little vines. Well, I guess vines or leaves, I don't know, whatever they are. But then what you're going to do, and you can make these as big or as small as you want, and you can use tear and tape for this part also. So I'm just going to put a little piece of tear and tape up here on the top. You can kind of smush your little pumpkin down a little bit so that he doesn't roll away. And then just put this on about halfway here. Okay, and then you can kind of pull it around. You want to make sure the kind of the velvety side is on the outside. I've got a little bit of tear and tape that kind of sticks out, so I'm going to put that like right there because I want this guy kind of coming off this way. Kind of pull it that way. Okay. Okay, and then so we're going to do the same thing to make our little stem. So I've just got a piece of crumb cake. It's a little bit thicker. It's about 1.5 inches. And I'm just going to do the same thing with it as I did with the green. Just back and forth until I start to see that the fibers, that the paper is starting to separate from itself. Okay, and this, what I'm using is actually called a bone folder, but you don't have to have a bone folder. You can use a ruler or any of those other supplies that I talked about. But go ahead and keep working it until you kind of feel the fibers are separating. See, this one isn't. It's kind of starting, but not quite. I don't want to peel it apart because it'll tear. So just keep working it and working it until you can feel like you can get a part of it that you're going to be able to grab onto. So I kind of felt it separate here, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can kind of see where it separated a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so then just peel it apart gently. So see, it didn't want to tear very well, so we'll try from the other end. That's okay, I mean, it's just paper. And this cardstock might be a little bit more durable, so you might have to work it just a little bit longer, but this isn't going to be a big deal because we're just going to use it to roll it anyway. So see, the other side worked really well. So we'll just roll this up. And then what we're going to do to make our stem is just roll it. Okay. And I've got a little piece, another piece of little tear and tape here. Just going to put it right here so we can put that down. And it's going to have that velvety look also. And you can make this as big or as skinny as you want it. So just kind of roll it over on itself. Now this is the one place where I do recommend using liquid glue because it doesn't stick very well. There's not a lot of surface area to use the tear and tape. So I'm just going to put this right here. And let me go ahead and move this off because it's not dry, and I'll show you the sample here. There you go. How cute is that? How fun! I know! And how easy was that? And you can put them all over the place. They are really fast and easy. Now, here's one I made the other day out of some retired designer series paper, and I just added a little tag. How cute is that? Yeah, you can just make your whole little pumpkin patch. And then I thought, what if you didn't put a stem on it at all? It might even look like a Christmas ball. So I thought you could get a hanger. So this is one, this is the same designer series paper, the Eclectic set that the blue came out of. But I thought, get one of the, I don't have my Christmas stuff out yet, but you can get a hanger, a wire hanger, and you could decorate your whole tree with these. Now these are 12 by 12. So this is how large, so it kind of fits in the palm of my hand. It's kind of big. But you could use any size of cardstock. So like if you had a miniature tree, use the little 6 by 6 pieces, designer series paper, and make small ones and hang them on a little miniature tree. What do you guys think? How fun is that? I know. Well, here I am, handy and dandy, quick tips for the holidays. See you later. Happy Thanksgiving.